Action.
Welcome to Two Weirdos in a Ward.
We are coming. I hope you enjoyed the last show. Our last two shows, excuse me. We're coming to you again from Pale Eddie's here on 2nd Avenue North in downtown Birmingham. And once again, I'd like to give a shout out to my friend Jonathan Hoffman and the owners of Pale Eddie's for letting us record here again. We're outside because it's a nice day. It's not ridiculously cold to the point that you can't feel your face or your fingers. How are you doing?
I'm good. We're in the poorhouse now.
The poorhouse, yes, Pale Eddie's poorhouse. Cool play on words there. Okay, so we talk about different things, but Matt and I were talking the other day, and we were trying to figure out what we wanted to talk about on this show, and we decided to do because when y'all, yes, and love songs, love movies, sad songs, sad movies, because when y'all see this, it'll be closer to Valentine's Day.
And we pander.
Yes, we do. We pander. We're not beneath it. I've begged for sex many times. I'm sorry. I like that. We're not talking about that.
Pitty is my name.
Yes, hi. My name is Pitty. So let's kind of dive right in. And of course, once again, another shout out behind the camera is Cheryl, of course.
Hey.
Hi. So, first movie, and I just wanted to start with one that many of you out there are very familiar with. It's a great movie. It's got something for everybody, and it never loses its.
Pearl Harbor?
No.
Lawrence of Arabia?
No, The Princess Bride, which everybody loves. The Princess Bride.
It's inconceivable.
Inconceivable. I don't think that would mean what you're thinking.
Yeah.
And of course.
You want the peanut?
Yeah. And of course, it doesn't get any better than Hello, my name is India. I mean, that's just a great scene. It's one of the greatest movie moments ever.
Yeah, that and I'm not left-handed.
Yes.
Neither am I.
Yes. And Lewis's fun fact, which there'll probably be more of, is that a lot of people don't know that the actor who played the inconceivable guy, was it Cassini? Yeah, that actor.
Wallace Shawn.
Yes, he actually, if any Star Trek fans out there watching, he actually played Grand Nagus.
Grand Nagus.
Yes, Grand Nagus Zek in Deep Space Nine. Yeah, but it's just, if you've never seen Princess Bride, you owe it to yourself to watch it. I mean, I wish I was as handsome as Carrie Elways, and I wish I had as beautiful woman as Robin Wright.
Robin Hood in Men in Tights?
Yeah, he did. He was in a lot of things. He was in a lot of great movies. He's a phenomenal actor. If you're out there, Mandy Patinkin and Carrie Elways and Robin Wright, if you're watching, and I hope you are, you're awesome. We love you all.
And now for realism.
All right. So what movies? Wayne's World. What movies are you thinking of as far as along our Valentine's theme?
There's two that always kind of got mixed up. They're nothing alike. Sleepless in Seattle and When Harry Met Sally. If you're gonna buy a 2-pack, they should be in that 2-pack.
Yeah. Not so much a Sleepless in Seattle fan, but I love When Harry Met Sally. It's a great movie. I admit it there. I said it.
Probably while we're single.
Well, yeah.
It's not they take a long time.
Yeah.
To get together.
Yeah. They do, but I do love the ending. I'm a sucker. I'm a hopeless romantic. And I do love the ending when he goes and finds her at the party and everything like that. Also, Carrie Fisher's in that. That's one of the she's great. She was great in that. It's kind of the friend that's dating. I loved it. She was kind of a good plot. I don't know what you call it, but is that here Sally is single, trying to figure out what she wants to do. Recently broken up with her boyfriend, and then you have Carrie Fisher who's dating a married man, and kind of that whole thing that she realizes that this guy's never gonna make her happy. Then she meets Billy Crystal's friend, and played by Bruno Kirby, who's also in City Slickers, and they fall in love. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, and then Billy Crystal dies. She moves to Seattle and dates Tom Hanks.
Yeah.
Empire State Building.
And then she goes back in time, and she becomes family on the horse, and becomes Jim Morrison's girlfriend. Finds a dead in the bathtub. Yeah. Meg Ryan, phenomenal.
Dead in the bathtub.
Yeah.
The Lizard King.
Yes. We actually wrote lots of.
That.
Speaking, I mentioned love songs earlier. Hello, I Love You, and let's see, Love Street, and I'm trying to think of some other really great Doors love songs. There's some good ones out there. Really good ones out there.
It's for the way you look at me. Oh, it's for the only one I see. I go from Jimmy Durante to Frank Sinatra doing it.
Well, you got the hair and the bowling shirt for it, too. Isn't that a nice bowling shirt? I love this. It's a great bowling shirt.
Yeah. I like to be tacky sometimes.
Not you.
No.
I always look like a cross between like a poet and like, well, speaking of Jim Morrison.
You're like if the Terminator deflated.
Yes, yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. That's a good point. That's a good, excellent point.
I'm not eating my protein.
Yeah, I don't know what to do. Okay, so next movie I wanted to mention was The American President with Michael Douglas and Annette Bening. Great movie, and you know it's interesting because that movie came out. I actually saw it on a plane trip home from England. It's an interesting movie because if you've never seen it, and minor spoiler alert, Michael Douglas is the president. Martin Sheen plays his chief of staff, and Aaron Sorkin, who created The West Wing, the TV show, wrote it. And you know, Michael Douglas's character, Andrew Shepard, who I said is the president, he's a widower, and you find out his wife died before he ran to become president. And he meets Annette Bening, who's like, I think she's like a global defense council, like political strategist or something like that.
It's been a while.
And they fall in love, and here he is. He's the president, but he's a widower. He's single, and they're dating, and it's perfectly fine. But it does a good job. It's not only a romantic, you know, story, but it does a good job of how our society with media and culture and everything is. Like he, not only by the opposition party, but by society in general. Like they kind of like judge him, and it's like, you know, he's a single man dating a single woman, and they're in love, and everybody's treating him like he's, you know, he's like a leper. Like his popularity ratings go down and all this. But it's just really, it's really
I'm
a
a
good
big
movie.
fan of Air Force One. It's the movie of Harrison Ford's love affair of people not being on his plane.
Well said.
Get
Okay.
off my plane. It belongs in a museum. There's two different movies going on at the same time. I'm not Han Solo.
Well, I was going to ask you what your next movie was, but since you just did your little,
Wedding
by the way,
Crashers.
yes, by the way,
Wedding Crashers.
Bravo.
That's
Well,
a good one.
oh, it is. But since you mentioned Harrison Ford, another one, and this is a very beautiful movie, sad movie, Regarding Henry. Also has Annette Bening in it. I didn't think about that. If you've never seen it, he's a guy, he's this jerk lawyer. You see him win a case, and he's just total scumbag piece of crap. And he lives in New York with his wife, who's played by Annette Bening. And he goes to get cigarettes in the middle of the night, and he gets shot by a very young John Leguizamo, actually. And he gets shot in the head, and he lives, but he gets amnesia, and he has to learn to walk and talk again. And he becomes a better person. And there's a great line. He's like, he's talking to his rehab guy, and he goes, or his physical rehab guy, and he goes, I tried to go back to the man I was, but I didn't like very much who I was. And then it's good. I like it.
Amnesia cures you of your being a dick.
Yes, it does.
I was just thinking of John Leguizamo from The Pest.
Oh yeah.
That character, being in that movie, is such a
I have to say, my favorite John Leguizamo movie is still Son of Sam.
Really?
Summer Sam. About
not
the
Super
Sam.
Mario Bros.
No, because no video game has ever been made into a good movie, with very few exceptions. And I can't think of
Blood Rain.
it. Okay, fair enough. Resident Evil. Well, was that video game first?
Resident Evil?
Yeah, was it a video game?
Yeah, it was a video game.
Okay.
first.
All right, well, never mind.
House of the Dead was that video game that you paid like too much money to spend all of 5 seconds dying in because you didn't see zombies throwing an axe at your face.
Yeah. I can't get in, since you brought up, I can't get into this, and I'm sorry because I have a lot of friends out there that, like, I can't get into the zombie thing. I get it, like, I've watched Walking Dead before with, like, some friends of mine. It was interesting. I wasn't, like, not entertained or anything. You know, it's got good story. I can't do the zombie thing. I just can't, not, except for Night of the Living Dead, the original.
You're safe with Romero.
Yes.
Until you get out of the 70s.
Yeah.
Because then you got, like, no, not Day of the Dead, but, like the very recent ones.
Yes, yeah. Well, the Dawn of the Dead one, like the original Romero one where they're trapped in the mall, that was really cool.
That's
Romero,
Dawn of the Dead.
Yeah, because Romero even said it was actually sort of a social commentary on capitalism. Yeah, because like these zombies are brain dead, but they all are kind of drifting back towards the mall. It's like, shop at the mall. We got to go to the mall. We're dead, but we still need to go to the mall.
Like totally. Oh no, a zombie. What? Nope, she's just high.
Bed Bath and Beyond.
I'm gonna get my ear pierced at Claire's. You want to talk about the wedding singer?
Yes, I'm sorry. Are you talking about the Wedding Crashers? Which one?
No, Wedding Singer. I do have Wedding Crashers now.
Okay.
Which is I got a story about kind of involves Wedding Crashers.
Okay.
A friend of mine and I, we were like, hey, I want to go see the not House of a Thousand Corpses, but the movie after House of a Thousand Corpses, and I'm blanking.
Oh, no, I'm not a big fan. I love Rob Zombie's music, but I'm just never a big fan of his movies.
You know, Tom? No? Crap, I hate this when people do this. Does anyone have a phone quickly?
No. Well, let's just if it comes to you, like, we'll just
Wedding Singer.
Wedding Singer, great movie. Sir, if you don't be quiet, I'll strangle you with my microphone cord.
I was watching the Goldbergs, and Kevin Smith directed this episode, and
Love Kevin Smith.
he wants to get his girlfriend back, and he gets on the plane, and it just so happens to be the plane where the wedding singer is.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
I love that.
And he does the thing where he sings the song, and he comes out, and he goes like, "I want to let you hold the remote control," and I'm like, I teared up.
It's a great movie. It's a great movie.
10 seconds of that movie, and it still got me.
Oh yeah, I totally agree. That's a great movie. I actually was speaking to Kevin Smith. I was actually watching Clerks last night. It was like 3 o'clock in the morning. Yummy, I'm a night owl.
I'm not even supposed to be here today.
It's like, oh, you sound like an asshole. It's like you push buttons. That's what you do. You know, it's a great movie. Great movie. Kevin Smith's first movie made him a superstar as a director.
Then he made Mallrats, and it didn't do as well.
Speaking
I loved it.
Speaking of like love stuff, love stuff, romantic stuff. You know, if you've seen Clerks, or if you haven't, I'm going to spoil a little bit here. Is that there's a scene where Jay and Silent Bob come in to talk to Dante, and and Jay kind of says what he says in his roundabout stoner kind of way, and then but Kevin Smith as Silent Bob has the best line, as he says,
they don't know.
He's like, there's a million beautiful women out there in the world. Most of them just cheat on you. No, most of them just break your heart. Not all of them bring you lasagna. I'm like, that's beautiful right there to me. Excuse me. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Yeah, I know. So let's see. Oh, and okay, random thing, but I thought of it when I was thinking of movies. Speaking of sad, not that anybody was, but I'm speaking of it. So there you go. Going to the DMV. Have you ever noticed that, like say you're at work and you're talking to coworkers, or you're hanging out with friends, maybe having dinner or drinks, and they ask you, well, what are you doing on Monday? And you're like, well, I got to go to the DMV. Ever notice people treat it like you're going to a funeral? You're like, what are you doing tomorrow, Lewis? I got to go to the DMV. I'm so sorry. Are you okay? Do you know?
People. DMV. That street light that turned red that is taking 30 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Anything where like you feel like you're waiting forever is a wasted opportunity for reading. I always bring up like, oh, I'm going to the DMV. Oh, good. Like, oh, it's probably a huge line. It's like, good. I can finish this freaking book.
Right.
Because at my house, there's too much stuff going around me. For me, like, I'd rather watch YouTube, for like, sit there and zone out into YouTube rather than reading. But if I'm out there and I'm forced to focus on just the book, I get to. So I think I might be a bit of a sadist.
Yeah, well,
I used to like going to the dentist, but it wasn't because, they scrape your teeth and everything. They gave you like a toy and a balloon. That'd make anyone want to go to the bank.
It's like, sorry we caused all this pain to you, little boy, but here's a toy. It'll be okay now. Well, no, when I went
They should do that with adults.
Right.
We like toys.
Yeah, I love toys. See, okay, like I went to the DMV, and this is kind of cute in a way, but it also kind of shows when you get older and you get a little jaded. Like, the last time I had to go to the DMV, which was September of last year, like that's my month to do stuff, and I had to, renew my tag and renew my driver's license and all this. And I'm standing in line, I'm just waiting there, and this lady is standing behind me, and she's got her granddaughter. her granddaughter was like maybe 3 or 4, and the granddaughter.
That's when it's bad.
Yeah, the granddaughter like looks up at the grandma and goes, Grandma, why are we here? And the lady did a very good job of explaining it to something like the DMV to a kid.
Bullshit. That's what we're here to. Bullshit.
Yeah. Well, no, I wish she had said that because I would have laughed. But she said, honey, Grandmommy's here because Grandma has to get a new license. And the little girl goes, oh, okay, I'll get to do that one day. And of course, to myself, I immediately thought, yeah, wait till you're, about 35 or 36, and you've had to do this like every year for like, since you were like 16. You'll hate it like the rest of us.
I'm over this now.
It's like, I hate this so much.
At some point, they'll be automated, probably.
Yeah. Well, I think it's this thing. Nobody likes standing in line. I don't care what it is, DMV, whatever. Nobody likes standing in line. And I think that's the problem. It's like we all accept that you have to stand in line in our society because the bureaucracy that we live with. But nobody likes standing in line. I mean, we all hate it. And even for roller coasters.
Excuse me. English people know how to queue.
Fair enough.
Brits know how to queue. And if you don't know what that means, it means standing in line.
Yes. And French fries are chips, and a stroller is a pram.
Laser walkers.
Yes.
Yeah, there's some sort of licensing issue with the label Lay's. They have another product that's called Lay's, and it's not a crisp, or I think it might be. I don't remember what it is. But it's something, and they have the copyright on that there. I really like England.
I do too. My family's from there originally.
Really?
My last name is Stockham. Yeah.
I'm Boyd.
Yeah. See?
I did 23andMe. I spat in a tube, and then it said, "Hey," and it didn't because I keep checking up on it because they'll send you emails, and apparently. I don't think I can go to California and date because there's a lot of family, like third and somewhat fourth cousins in California. There's a big like dark blue California thing. And I was like, wow, guess I have to go somewhere else.
Well, it's kind of like and Cheryl knows what I'm talking about because last weekend was the what was it? The Robert Burns dinner at Brennan's Pub, which I'm sure y'all remember. We did a show there a while back. Yeah.
Saw that.
Yeah, and like Cheryl, I ran into Cheryl there, and we were talking, and I have a lot of friends that are like of Scottish descent, and they always joke and say, "Oh, you're our favorite English guy, Lewis. You're the only one we like." Obviously, they're kidding, but we joke about the fact that probably way back when, since like my family, I think it was sometime like pre-colonial America that they came from Wales over to the North America.
1760.
Yeah, is that their relatives and my relatives probably like hated each other.
My relative is not labeled on the boat, so apparently either drunkenly stumbled on there or something, but he didn't. He was not.
He's like, there we go. We're going across this. I'm good. I'm just gonna sleep here.
Guess what I'm doing? But I'm gonna get on that wee boat and I'm gonna ride it wherever the hell it lands.
So tired of my life.
Oh, Virginia. Shit. It's gonna be hot.
So are there any sad? Sorry.
I'm gonna walk over here on my large underpants and it's gonna get squingy. Oh, I better go to Louisiana because I'm just gonna have soul pass.
So are there any like sad, we haven't really had too much, but are there any like sad movies or sad songs that you can think of? Like, because it's Valentine's Day.
Sad songs?
Well, some people, it's going to be Valentine's Day soon. Some people are single
the
and
in the cradle.
Yeah.
That's the
all by myself.
I can't.
Don't wanna live.
I can't cry to that song. All I think of is fat people and crying.
Well, I just wonder sometimes if Eric Carmen, who wrote that, along with like one of the most popular songs from Dirty Dancing, I wonder if Eric Cartman and Kenny Loggins, who wrote like all these, they just sit around like on the beach going, man, we wrote all these poppy songs for movies and we're still cashing royalty checks.
Okay, wait.
Caddyshack was a good song though. Okay.
Eric Cartman?
Eric Carmen.
Oh, okay. I've been sitting here hearing Cartman.
No.
All I've been thinking, I'm like, I wrote it.
No, Eric Carmen and then Kenny Loggins, he wrote the theme to Top Gun. He wrote Caddyshack, which like I said was awesome. And just Footloose. I mean,
Kick off your Sunday shoes.
Marie, Marie.
Also,
Oh,
have
okay, yes,
a light.
I'm alright.
Also,
Don't nobody worry about
Holiday
me.
Road. I bought a
That's
Hot
like King
Wheels
Long's biscuit
station
song.
wagon,
Uh-uh.
and sometimes I like to push the station wagon because it's like a 70s version,
Mhm.
and I just like to push it around going, hey kids, Big Ben,
Parliament
Parliament.
again. I actually did that. We were in a roundabout when I was
did it
here.
too.
And it was like, hey, Big Ben, Parliament again.
Yeah.
It's always good. All right.
Like dorky references that are everything.
All right. Well, I guess, is there anything else that you want to add?
Have you seen 500 Days of Summer?
No, I haven't.
That's the movie with like Zoe Deschanel and Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the movie that coined the term the manic pixie dream girl.
Okay.
Because he's like, oh, my girl, like, she's gonna fix me. And she's like, I'm just kind of for the short-term thing. And the whole movie, you're like, I hated that movie because it didn't end like a rom-com. It didn't end with like them getting together and stuff. But you watch it knowing that, like, rewatch it, and it's like, she told him, first date, it's not gonna go anywhere. And he just followed her around and going, it's gonna go somewhere.
Well, it's like horror and suspense movies. You kind of expect the twist at the end. Like I remember watching Krampus, you know, and thinking, oh, it was all a dream. He's gonna, everybody's screwed. But you kind of expect that with those movies. But when you watch a romantic comedy, you're like, oh, this is gonna be great. And then at the end, you're like, but they belong together. They should. No, I'm not crying. Shut up. They belong together.
Wait, hold on.
I can't think of a specific movie.
You watched
but you know what I'm talking about.
Krampus and thought it's gonna be a dream?
Well, no, at the end you kind of think. No, I'm saying with horror movies you expect a twist at the end, like you watched Krampus. Sorry if I wasn't clear. And at the end you're like, oh, everything's oh.
At the end of horror movies, I expect the killer to pop up.
Well, that's what
once.
I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. But with romantic comedies or romantic movies, you don't expect a sad ending. And if you get one, it kind of throws you off. You expect in a horror movie, but if they do it well, it still, you know, it still works. That's my point.
I like the romantic comedy, The Sixth Sense, of the love affair. It's like Calvin and Hobbes, only the tiger's a ghost and Hobbes doesn't know it.
You know, there's a fan theory out there that Jack from Fight Club, you know, played by Ed Norton, it's actually Calvin all grown up. And Tyler Durden is like an adult manifestation of like Hobbes was a child manifestation.
Hobbes is Brad Pitt.
Yeah.
Come on, Calvin. Let's suck the fat of a fat rich woman and make soap.
Exactly. Let's go get a beer. All right. Well, is there anything else you want to add, Matt, before we wrap this show up? Speaking of the Krampus, I think I just heard it.
No, I'm sorry. It's a party.
Oh, Matt.
It really.
What if I told you about eating Mexican before we did the show?
I thought you said do more.
So we have to have this conversation.
Look, it's Mexican food and cabbage.
I understand.
Mexican food, Irish food. Put them together. No one in your house.
Fair enough. Well, we hope you enjoyed this installment of Two Weirdos.
Barely talking about rom-coms.
Yes. In our usual charming, weirdos fashion.
It's mostly just weird.
Yes. And we'd like to say thank you again for Pale Eddie's on 2nd Avenue North in Birmingham, Alabama, for letting us record here again.
Oh, drink alone, drink with people.
Drink along with people. It's you know, whatever you want to do. All right. Well, we'll see you next time. Everybody have a great February, and hope everybody has a happy Valentine's Day if you have somebody. And remember, it's great to send somebody candy or flowers or jewelry on Valentine's Day, but if you got somebody you love, you don't need a day on a calendar to send them anything. Just let them know that you love them and you appreciate it.
Or you can sit there and let it pass without even knowing it happened.
Or you can sit in the dark and get drunk like I'm probably going to on Valentine's Day. No, I'm kidding. I'm not going to sit in the dark. I'll be watching TV or something. Maybe listening to Eric Carlin.
I won't be doing anything later.
Okay. If I get really sad and lonely, can I call you?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
I'll make fun of you for it.
Oh, well, please do. I don't have any other way. All right. We'll see y'all next time. Take care.
And cut.